Good morning and welcome to AMCF's first annual Be The Change fundraising drive. Today we are coming to you virtually instead of at a dinner meeting or our annual Bowl-A-Thon. We miss seeing all of you in person and we are so grateful that you are here with us today. I am Tina Greco, co-chair of the AMCF's Big Hearts committee, and I have been involved with AMCF since 2006. I've continued to dedicate my time and energy to the committee because I believe that no child should ever go to bed hungry or be without a soft bed to lay in at night. I believe that no family should have to be without the resources they need to provide the best lives possible for their children. Year after year, I get to see the incredible impact that each of our beneficiaries have made for countless families within our community. There's no greater feeling in the world than being a part of making a difference in the lives of others.
Hi, I'm Michelle Sinclair, co-chair of the AMCF, and I am honored and privileged to have been given the opportunity to be part of the AMCF committee since its inception. The mission and vision of the philanthropic arm of the AMA resonates with me, and it's been very rewarding for me to work with such an amazing group of committee members who are committed to being part of the change. My participation with the AMCF allows me to touch the lives of people who live within our community, and I know that every dollar that we raise significantly impacts the life of a child, a student, a homeless person, and families. We provide hope to so many families, and I know that I want to be part of the change in the lives of others.
I'm sure you've all seen the quote, often attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Not only is it one of the most common, but it's also one I've thought a lot about over the years. This quote embodies who we are at AMCF. We don't sit back and wish the world were different. We actively pursue ways to make a difference in our communities. Listen to those who we support, and you'll see why it is so important to AMCF to be the change.
Hi, I'm Terry Bridges, and I've been with the AMCF for 5 years. The reason why I'm so involved is because I know what it's like to go to bed hungry or rest my head to sleep in a park, a car, or a motel room. Did you know the average age for a homeless person in Arizona is only 9 years old? Every day, UMOM provides shelter to over 800 individuals at 5 different campus locations, and today those campus locations are full. They need our help providing daily essentials to the people that they serve. Our fundraising efforts enable them to provide shelter, services, and other daily essential items needed to end homelessness. $15 provides a full day of shelter for a youth, while $50 will provide a full week of shelter for a family. These families of UMOM have already been impacted by a crisis, and COVID-19 has put another hurdle on their path on a bridge back to self-efficiency. Here's a word from UMOM.
Darlene Newsom, CEO here at UMOM New Day Center. UMOM is a very special place. We've been providing shelter services in the Valley for over 50 years. We have a shelter for families. We have a shelter for single women without children. And we also have a shelter transitional program for youth aging out of foster care. But we all know it really takes housing plus employment and income to end homelessness. And at UMOM, we're very serious about ending homelessness. And we do that through an array of different types of programs that we have. Not only do we have an emergency shelter, but we have a continuum of services that we provide for our families, our youth, and our single women, which include case management, children's services, employment services, health care. Right now, we're serving well over 6,000 meals a week. And through COVID-19, we've definitely had to change the way we deliver our services. But we're still serious about ending homelessness. We never close down our intakes at any of our sites. And we even added shelter beds to our main campus. So now we have 155 units of family shelter, and we still have a wait list. We still have 60, 70, sometimes close to 100 families waiting to come into shelter. And you can imagine during this time with COVID, given the summertime, how hot it is out there, to have a family with children living on the streets should not happen. And we currently have children right now who are living with their parents in parks or perhaps even living in their vehicle. So it's very important that we have the support to continue to provide the services that we're providing. And I want to just, thank the community for all the support that we're given and all the volunteers that come in, because we could not do this without the support of the community.
Hi, I'm Daniel Volmer, Vice President of Blue Steel Security, and I have actively served on the AMCF committee for over 5 years. The reason I am so involved in this committee is because we truly make a difference in the community and our industry with the different organizations that AMCF supports. 1 in 54 children has been identified with autism spectrum disorder, making it the most prevalent childhood development disorder in the U.S. Through SARC, a diagnosis that previously called for institutionalization as the only option now gives children and their families a life together with hopes, realized dreams, and a future to look forward to. SARC is an internationally recognized nonprofit that conducts innovative research, promotes evidence-based practices, disseminates effective training, and builds inclusive communities for individuals with autism and their families. They are one of the few organizations in the world that provide a lifetime of services. I would now like to introduce Danny Openden, President and CEO of SARC.
Last month, a SARC clinical supervisor posted this picture to her Instagram. Of all the pictures and videos and memes I've seen since coronavirus first hit, this one is by far my favorite. You see, many people with autism struggle immensely with even the smallest disruptions to their routines. Parents often learn the hard way to take the very same route to school each day, or that their child will only eat one brand of chicken nuggets, or that the 43 stuffed animals on their child's bed must be put in the exact same place every day. So a child with autism pointing out to us that due to a pandemic, a sudden change in routine isn't so easy is, well, the pot calling the kettle black, I guess. And the truth is, it's not so easy. Over the span of a weekend, SARC was forced to shut down all of our group programs, affecting 125 children between our 2 inclusive preschools, 60 teens in our peers and community works programs, 70 grandparents who regularly attend our monthly grandparent support group meeting, and the launch of our Sib Shops program, a new program for siblings of children with autism. We were heartbroken after many of our adults with autism who competed for and were succeeding in their jobs became victims of our slowed economy and joined our country's rapidly rising unemployment rate. Yet all of this pales in comparison to what it would mean to our families if treatment for their children suddenly came to an abrupt stop. Would a 2-year-old boy with autism, who receives 30 hours of treatment every single week and just started saying his first words, now begin losing speech? Would a teen with autism, who spent the last few months improving her conversation skills and just made her first real friend at school, be able to maintain that friendship through a stay-at-home order? What would our newly hired adult with autism, whose job provides a sense of worth and belonging, do if he's isolated at home because his employer was forced to close down his business? How would our parents deal with the stress of balancing working at home, homeschooling their siblings, and now becoming their child's only therapists? And what about the parents who are worried and looking for answers on their child's development, only to have their diagnostic evaluations canceled and the start of their therapy delayed? For SARC, there was only one option. We would adapt to a sudden change in routine and assure our families that SARC is here for you. And to minimize risk of exposure for our families and therapists, we schedule only one therapist in the home of only one family, as opposed to several therapists going in and out of the homes of multiple families. Each therapy session starts by screening the family and the therapist for COVID symptoms. As an entrepreneurial nonprofit, SARC has invested in the development of technology to extend our reach, and now these tools are helping us reach those who otherwise couldn't receive support. We've pivoted to telemedicine, allowing us to provide supervision for our therapist, coaching for our parents, and one-to-one therapy for our teens and adults with autism. Thanks to our NOTA app, which allows for remote diagnostic evaluations, we've seen over 50 families seeking a diagnosis for their children. Finally, our therapists uprooted their schedules overnight and became our essential healthcare heroes. They dramatically shifted their schedules from working with several clients to only one child, teen, or adult every day of every week of every month. And they selflessly put themselves at risk as they rallied around SARC's mission with a relentless commitment to supporting our families and clients. Like people with autism, this sudden change in routine hasn't been easy for any of us, and we've all had to learn to adapt. As for SARC, we've been able to do so because for over 23 years, this community has been here for us. You've supported us because we've demonstrated that good outcomes are possible for children, teens, and adults with autism. You've invested in our impact and allowed us to innovate what's next for people with autism and their families. You've opened doors, giving Phoenix the well-deserved recognition as the most autism-friendly city in the world. And it is this community that will continue to stand by SARC as an essential partner. And together, we'll overcome these challenges and emerge stronger than ever.
The biggest tell that there was something not quite right with Adeline would be the extreme temper tantrums or meltdowns that are inconsolable, and you go down that list and it's not one of those in pain cries or, it's just a full-on episode that you can't stop.
Seeing Adeline with a friend's daughter who's only 2 months younger, and the friend's daughter is speaking in full sentences and making requests and playing with other kids, and Adeline doesn't answer questions, doesn't say mom and dad, doesn't play at the park with the other kids, doesn't even notice the other kids are at the park. And that was really what cemented to us that we needed to search for answers for Adeline. After 6 months and seeing 2 professionals, Adeline was finally diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and then we were given SARC's name, and the Jumpstart program was suggested to us. So we live about an hour and 15 outside of Phoenix. So to be able to drive into the campus to take the classes 2-3 times a week just wasn't feasible for us. So to be able to do the class aspect of it online and to be able to do it together with my husband so he's not missing out on the education part of it, that was a game changer.
Being that program's that flexible to take those classes online and be able to do things at home and help unlock your kids' potential is amazing.
At the time when we started Jumpstart, Adeline was maybe stringing together 2 words. It was mostly single word phrases, or she was making sounds and gesturing at things that she wanted. Every day
that she was learning something, new from the class that we would try to carry out through the week, and it was unlocking a whole new kid.
By the time we were finished with the program, Adeline was able to use 2- and 3-word phrases consistently, and she was understanding how to vary her speech.
I can't tell you how long we went with not being called mom and dad. She's using wider vocabulary. Last night I was in the kitchen making dinner, and Adeline came up to me and asked me, "Daddy, can I have some more crackers, please?" And I said, "Was that my daughter?" And the wife thought I was being snarky. "Are you making fun of her voice?" I'm like, I've never heard her use her voice like that before. So it was like, it's just taken back. If it wasn't for SARC, where would you go? What would you do?
If we hadn't found Jumpstart, if we didn't have Jumpstart out here, I don't know where Adeline would be right now. I don't know that we would be progressing as well as we are with her speech.
I almost cry every day. I can go pick my daughter up from school and ask her how her day was, and she tells me. That's huge.
Investing in SARC, it is the future of Arizona, because these children that are going through the Jumpstart program, they're the future of our people. They're the future of our state. I mean, there's nothing to say that with early intervention and with the services that she's received and putting her on an early path to getting all of the help that she needs, there's nothing to say that she can't be the first autistic senator, the first autistic, representative of this state. You're setting them up for success in the future.
Hi, I'm Daniel Baza. I have actively served on the AMCF committee for 3 years. The reason I am so involved is because in 2007, my daughter was diagnosed with autism. And without the support of SARC and Autism Speaks, we would not have known where to begin. Autism Speaks is dedicated to promoting solutions across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for the needs of individuals with autism and their families. They do this through advocacy and support, increasing understanding and acceptance of people with autism, and advancing researches into causes and better interventions for autism spectrum disorder and related conditions. Autism Speaks is a national platform and is a collaborating partner with our local level at SARC. Autism Speaks recognizes Phoenix as the most autism-friendly city in the world. Thank you.
So much has changed since Autism Speaks was founded 15 years ago.
Finding out that your child is diagnosed with something that you had no knowledge of was extremely challenging.
We've made great progress, we've listened, and we've learned.
I found Autism Speaks, and that's where we found so many of the very first services for him.
Today we're reintroducing ourselves as we enter a future filled with even more growth and potential.
It feels like Bridget was behind a set of closed doors, and the doors are open.
On our 15th birthday, we're sharing a new, more inclusive Autism Speaks.
I don't like no negatives. I don't like negativity.
Representing the infinite diversity of perspectives and experiences of people with autism.
Don't let anybody stop you from achieving your dreams and your goals.
Learn more about the new Autism Speaks at autismspeaks.org.
When it comes to autism, finding the right words can be tough. Finding understanding doesn't have to be.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama. Julian, I love you.
Love you too.
I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting for me.
You're so happy.
Together, we can create a kinder, more inclusive world for the millions of people on the autism spectrum.
Love you. Silly. What if it's too hard?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm gonna push through.
I am strong.
You have been accepted to Kutztown University.
But it feels like home.
The Julie Hurst and Steve Peters Education Fund was created in memory of Julie Hurst, a Senior Vice President with Riverstone Residential, and Steve Peters, a Senior Portfolio Director with Shelton Cook Real Estate Service. Now, both Steve and Julie were advocates of education. They're great influencers in the industry, and of course, served on the AMA Board of Directors. This annual scholarship is to attend any accredited school here in Arizona, and is available to our active AMA members and their immediate families. Now we know that both Steve and Julie would be so proud of all the hard work and dedication that our recipients put forward towards furthering their education. So please take a minute to hear from some of our well-deserved recipients.
Hi, my name is Melody Bridges. I was one of the winners for the Julie Hurst AMA Scholarship, which I am very grateful to have. I'm currently enrolled at Gateway Community College to be a vet tech, which I've wanted to be since I was a little kid. I love animals so much. I've done 4-H for over 10 years, and I am more than excited to be able to have this help to put me through college. I'm very thankful. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. My name is Daniel Sinclair, and this past spring I graduated from Arizona State University with a degree in Material Science and Engineering. I was awarded with the Julie Hurst and Steve Peters Education Fund during its first 2 years of creation, which allowed me to move a lot of my attention towards extracurriculars like leadership and research on campus. Now I'm pursuing a PhD in Materials Engineering at Purdue University, which I think just goes to show how much scholarships like this one, and the donors who contribute to them, lead directly to student success. Thank you.
Now more than ever, we are grateful for our AMA community that has funded, volunteered, celebrated, and advocated for AMCF through the years. At a time when everything feels uncertain, we find comfort and encouragement knowing that our members care about the causes that AMA has supported since 2005. While so much of our world has stopped, the mission of AMCF will not be placed on pause. The people who are helped through our charities that we support across the state need your help now more than ever. Imagine if you could not wash your hands because you were homeless. Or, with schools closed, how would your children be schooled remotely if they didn't have a home? The whole world is overwhelmed by the sudden change of routine. Imagine if you had autism and your daily routine had stopped. Or, as a high school senior who was planning to go to college, the reality that your family may not be able to afford to send you could impact your future. The charitable arm of the AMA was created to cultivate opportunities and generate the financial resources to help those within our community that are facing these real-life challenges. Those real-life challenges have been escalated due to COVID, and your support is needed today. I hope that you will continue to support AMCF as you have in the past, and together we can be the change.
Hi guys, Jen from QuickToe here. Join all of us here at QuickToe in being the change.
Hello AMA friends, be the change.
Hello, I'm Tanya Batson with the AMCF Committee. Please join me and be the change.
Hi, I'm Noelia Correa. I have actively served on the AMCF Committee for over 8 years. The reason I stay committed into serving on our committee is because I like to be the change and seeing the differences we make here in Arizona at the UMOM New Daycare Center, for families that have been affected by autism, and last but not least, on furthering our education. That's why I like to be part of the change. Join me in being part of the change with AMCF.
One of the best feelings you can have in the world is when you give to someone or something that you truly believe in. So join the AMA and be the change.
You can be the change.
Hi AMA friends, be the change.
Join us, be the change.
Together, we can be the change.
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 Be the change. Be the change.
Be the change.
To say that 2020 is a unique year is an understatement, but it also presents us with great opportunities. Even though we love getting together to see each other, and even though we miss our fun and crazy times, this year, with only the click of a button, you can make a difference from the comfort of your own home.
When you click on the donate button, you'll be contributing to the change you wish to see in the world. It will never be easier. Donate now and be the change.